So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here today to talk about my multicultural competencies. So, I don't consider myself as being somebody multicultural. Actually, I'm only French, I don't have much origins, but I've always been around many different cultures. So, that's since the primary school when I was a child, I was in a bilingual school. So, I've always been learning English, and because of this, I've always been with children of many different nationalities at school. So Russians, Americans, Hispanics, Moroccans. I've got friends from all over the world, and that's something very important, I think. So, in order to strengthen this multiculturality, my parents took me to a summer camp in the United States when I was like 13 to 17. And there, so I could better understand other people's culture. I learned to understand the American culture, which can sometimes look very similar to ours, but is in reality very different. So there, I've been around lots of different people, and this was a very good experience. On another side, I've always been a very ethical person, or at least I consider myself so. I don't like being disrespectful of things. So, for instance, when I was in the United States, I volunteered in a few different missions all over the United States. So I've worked in Utah Food Bank in Utah actually. So I was preparing food for dogs and humans which were in need. So we were doing like packages, and this was a very important thing to me to help others. Um, Also, when I was in California, I've worked for an NGO which was called Clean the Bay. So we're cleaning all the beaches of Los Angeles. So this allowed me to better understand durability and to work for sustainability. So I've always tried to promote sustainability in my life, and I want it to be a very important part of my work later. Um, Also, I've always considered myself very humble. Like I don't like to put myself forward and to to be very like self regarding. I prefer to put value on the work of others, and like if I succeed at something, I will never like say it's because of me. It's always because of other factors. I try to always stay humble. Moreover, in my life, I've always traveled a lot. I've been to Asia, America, all over Europe, and I've lived for 1 year in London before last year. There I was in a French school, but there were not only French people there, there were people from all across the globe speaking French. So for me, seeing people from other nationalities speaking French, it was something quite enriching because they understand your culture and your language from another vision. Like they don't have like the same point of view, but they try to speak the same language without actually speaking it like you do. So you understand that everybody apprehends culture differently. So when it comes to self-evaluating myself, I think that I'm quite aware of every culture. As I told before, my friends come from very different backgrounds and many different cultures from nearly every country I can think of. So I've just always been like a bit like a multicultural person without really being it myself. Um, I just like discovering new cultures, new customs, immersing myself in new adventures in new countries. It's just something that I love. Yeah, if I had to grade myself out of 10, I'd say maybe like 9 out of 10 when it comes to multicultural knowledge. So thank you very much for listening to me today. Bye.